Good morning everyone, Dr. Nat here. So this is for week 4 Tuesday class or Tuesday lab, and this is lab number 5. We are going to do manual sketching, and what you need for this lab is graph paper, pencil, eraser, protractor. If you don't have a protractor, a ruler is fine. And as usual, the activities are due 3 days after the lab. So if you do the activity on Tuesday, meaning to say the class is conducted on Tuesday, the activity will be due on Friday. And if the class is conducted on Thursday, meaning to say that the activity will be due on Sunday. Right? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah. Okay. So this is the link to upload your activities. Because we are going to sketch on graph paper, you will need to find an app that is able to scan your work and upload it on Padlet. So for iPhone, you can access this feature to scan your document in Notes app. And for Android, I don't know the built-in feature, but there is an app called Cam Scanner where you can use this for free to scan your physical copy as PDF, and you can upload that to your and because we have used a particular template in AutoCAD before submission of work, for the graph paper I am expecting you to also have similar information available on the paper before you submit, so that I know who is drawing what. Okay? Alright, so this is the first activity. Let me try to make this into a slideshow. So it doesn't really fit this. Let me make this smaller first. Escape. And I will maybe not slideshow. Okay, so this is the first activity. The figure shows two views of an object A. So let me use my pencil here. So this is object A, right? Let me find my pencil. Okay, so this is object A, right? So for object A, for orthographic multiview, which you have supposedly watched my lecture, you will know what that is. For an object, a 3D object, we will represent it in 3 views. This is called multiview. So the first view is the top view, and then we have something from the side and from here. So this, we're going to call this A and we're going to call this B. So we have top, A, and B side. So this is the top view, and this is the A side. And what you're going to draw here will be the B side. Okay, so this is given as A. This is A, right? So A is 67 over here. And then it's 41 here, and then this guy is 24, and because we already know that this is 31, we know that this guy is also 31. And then we have this as 28, so this is pretty much complete. Now moving on to A, this line over here is going to be a line down here as well. You can see over here. Let me use a different color so that this is more visible. I am going to use pink. Okay, so this line, right? You can see that it is aligned to this guy. Oops. Like that. And this line is aligned to here. And this is aligned to here. And this side is aligned to here. Why? Because they are part of the same object. This line is aligned to this G, and this line is aligned to this part of the G, and this line is aligned to this part of the G. So you can see that it actually matches what is going on in the 3D object. But because we are trying to do this in multi-view, the way that this could be done easier is to actually make these thin lines as a guide. Yes, you can make guidelines in your graph paper. because those are called construction lines. And construction lines will help you to make your visible lines. Visible lines is the regular line that we use for drawing. Okay, so on your graph paper, you would do this in landscape. Okay, so I hope you know what landscape is. So typically our A4 paper is like this, and then in landscape mode, this is basically rotated by 90 degrees. So it would be something like that. Oh, that's kind of too big. But this is your A4 paper, rotated. So this is landscape. You would plan your drawing in landscape. What do I mean by planning? You would figure out what the total maximum dimension for each object is, or each view is. In this case, for top, it is 67 by 41. And for A view, this would also be 67 by 44. So 67 down here and 44. And then for B, you would need to figure out what the dimension is, like the maximum dimension is, before you can map this out on your paper, so that there is enough space for your drawing as well as for your information. Your information should include name, your matric ID, the scale, what lab this is, the typical things that you have on your AutoCAD template. So please do that as well for your graph paper. Now, let's take a look on this diagram again. So A will have this line. This is construction line. And let's just extend this first. And we have this line extended from this visible line. So let's extend it first. I'm just going to extend it all the way, because assuming we don't know how B view is like, right? We don't know yet how it looks like. So we're going to make these construction lines first. Okay, so these are the lines that come from my top view. And then from this top view, I have my construction lines that make the view for A view. Okay, and then this is the construction line. And then from the A view, all the visible lines, I will extend that to make my B view. Like that. Okay, afterwards, the final part of this is to, so we have not mapped these things, right? So because it's not there yet. So what you need to do when you have done this, you would make a line that is 45 degrees. Now this is your protractor's job, or you can use a ruler, find the midpoint and extend it all the way. And then from here, anything that touches the what do we call this? I forgot. This is called a meter line. So any construction lines that touches the meter lines, you would need to extend it downwards, or like in this case 90 degrees. And then anything downwards 90 degrees. Anything that touches it, anything that touches it, anything that touches it, go downwards by 90 degrees. And this will form the guidelines or the construction lines for your B view. Okay, and then you would have to work out the details. You have all these construction lines. Now it's time to figure out how it actually looks like, assuming that we don't have this yet, the purple thing. I'm going to draw this in a different color. Let's see what color should be best. Okay, so here I'm trying to look at this from this side, right? This is B view. So I have H, and H is aligned to this part of G. So I know that this is going to be H, because it is aligned to this part of G. And then I have F is not visible from B view, so there's it's not going to be represented in this view, but it is represented in the top view here, right? Okay, from B view, what I'm going to see is this H, this D, and this B. And this D is aligned with this part of G. So this is what you have. So how do you know when you need to stop? So this is supposed to be like that, right? And it would be all the way and align with H, that. And then B is aligned with this side of G. This is the height of B. It is aligned with the height, the top height of G. And this is going to align basically this side of D. This is what you have. So this is how you do it. Okay, first, let's do a recap. You would need to have your, you would need to draw the top and A view given as the question, or sometimes the question already gives the drawings to you. And then from there, you would need to do the construction lines. I believe there's another name for this. Don't panic if if you have a different name in mind from the lectures. They are the same thing. Construction lines, make them, extend it from all the visible lines that you can see. Extend it all the way. At this point, what you're going to get is just boxes. You're not going to get B view yet. Number 2, make the meter line. Right? The meter line is going to be somewhere here, where they intersect, like that. This object and this object, the bottom part and the top part, where they intersect, that should be where the meter line is. Number 3, map out the view. Okay, so mapping out requires a lot of thinking and logic. So use the 3D object to figure out how this actually looks like. Make sure it is done correctly. Okay, so let me show you an example of a previous work done by my previous student. So here he says, oops. Okay, so here he made a note for me. 4.4 cm is actually 44 meters. This is his assumption that the diagram is given in meters. So when he converts it, he is converting the 44 meters to 4.4 cm. Therefore, the drawing is a scale of 1 to 10. Whereby the drawing is drawn in a much smaller scale than the original object. So here he also made some hidden lines. Maybe it was for his understanding on how to draw the object. So I need to make this a bit smaller so that it fits the screen block. Okay. So this is how he did it. And thank you, Ahmad Daniel. Sorry, I'm exposing your metric ID. So this is his template that he drew. This is the title block, and I want you to have this title block as well. So now I'm gonna hide that. Okay, so here he drew this on graph paper. So this is 6.7 centimeter, I think, and this is 4.1, referring to the 41 meters. This is 67 meters. So right off the bat, I know what this drawing represents. 6.7 centimeter on this paper will, in the actual object, will be a 67 meters. Now, the lab manual did not specify what unit that it is giving the values. So it is up to you. If you want to declare the 67 in the object, in the lab manual as meters, you can do that. If you want to declare as millimeters, you can also do that. But it is very important for you to understand when you declare something, you will also need to give a scale. Is it 1 to 1? Is it 1 to 10? Is it 1 to 2? It is up to you. It doesn't have to be 1 to 10. Okay? So your interpretation of the lab manual decides your scale. Now this is the meter line. So previously I called this extension line or construction line as projection line. So there are a bunch of names for this: projection line, extension line, construction line. So those are all the same things. So these are the lines that we extend up until the meter line, and then we do a 90 degrees dive going downwards. Okay, so this is an example of how you would do it on graph paper, and then later you would upload this to Padlet. Okay, moving on to the next activity. Figure shows two views of an object A. Draw the right side view of the object. So right side view, we have the left side view and the right side view. We need the right side view. We have the top view. Top, left, and right. Assuming we are here. These are your eyes, right and left, like that. Okay. So what we have so far is we know that this entire thing is 52 by 34. So again, please use this information of the maximum dimension for each view to plan out how to draw this on your graph paper. And this is going to be 52 as well by 34 as well. So it's 52, 34, 52 by 34. Okay, let me get rid of this. Okay. So if we take a look at, oops, why is it not working? Okay, if we take a look at this diagram, this is the first part. Let's label this as A. And A is, we don't know what this dimension is, but we can figure it out. So it's 34 minus 17. So that would give me 17 as well. So 17 for A. And what about this? This is going to be 12 because this is 52 and this is 40. So A is 17 by 12. And B is also the same thing. So this is going to be B. And this is going to be C. So C is 34 over here, right? 34. And then we have 40. And up here we have 34 minus 28. So that's going to be a 6 over here. Right? So these are the measurements that you need to construct this top view. Oops. This is C and this is going to be D. Okay, so 28, 26, which means that this is going to be what? 52 minus 12 minus 26. That is going to be 38, 38, 52, 14 maybe. 40, yeah, 52. So these are the measurements, and then we have from this side, which is the left side, we have from here we have 12. Let's label it first. So let's make these distinctions so that we can easily draw them. Okay, so this one, let's call this E, and then this would be F, and then this would be G. Okay, so this is E. So they did it differently. This is F, and then this is G, and then from here we would also see part of this, or like the slanted version of this. E, F, G, H, and then we would also see I. Wait, I can't seem to erase this. Okay. Okay, this is going to be I. So this is I, and then you can see that H is basically you're getting this distance over here instead of the full distance, because this is not parallel to H, right? And this is going to be F. Oh, sorry, this is supposed to be E. My bad. And this is F. This is F. So this is F, and then if we want to separate this, we can call this G. Okay, you can also separate this, but if we can manage by not separating, we'll do that first. Okay, so let's find out the measurement. So this is 12, and we know that this is 8, and this is 18. This is 8 and this is 18, which means that this is going to be 10. For G, this is definitely 52 all the way from here to here. This is 8, and how much is this? So we are not given the dimensions for this, but we can figure it out because this is aligned to this to the top view. So this is 26 in total, and I is specifically 10, which means that H is specifically 16, like so. Okay, so we figured that one out. This is going to be 14. How do I know? Because this guy at the top is also 14, and this is aligned, so this is going to be 14. This is aligned, this is also going to be 12, like the top view. Okay, so what am I missing? I am missing this small part. So I know this is 12, and this is 18, and this is 34. So 34 minus 18 minus 12. And this altogether is 30, so that is going to be 4. 4 is over here. Okay, so we have these values. When you have constructed these on your graph paper, remember you need to plan out how to draw them before you start drawing. And then the intersection between the top part and the bottom part here, you will draw the meter line, and then you will make your construction lines, or you can do your construction lines and then your meter line after. I would go for construction line first and then meter line, because without the construction lines you wouldn't get your meter line. So let's do this. First, construction line or projection lines or extension lines, and then we do the meter line. Whoops. Okay, and then map out the details. Okay, so I'm gonna try to draw this the best that I can using pink. So let's do this like that, and then we have this here. I can extend it just like that if I wanted to. But remember, on your graph paper, this is going to be like a really faded line. It's not going to be as visible as compared to the actual drawing itself. Okay, and then going down, whoop, that this is totally freehand, so sorry about that. So, and then we have this, whoa, and then we have this. So we are trying to draw this view, right? So we have this and this like that. So let's try. So it should be like that. Well, I should do a different color. It should be black. It should be this. Okay. So this is. Oh, I missed out the construction line. It's this guy. Okay. Okay, I'm pretty nervous. Okay, and that and that. So let's label this as A. So A, and we have, let's call this a first stage, second stage, and third stage. So A stops at second stage. So here, that is your A. Okay, That's the first part. Now we need to draw this guy, B. B is from the end or the edge of A over here, okay, because it's there, and it starts here, can't really see with black, and it stops at the second stage. So basically what you're going to see is just a box. This is B and this is A. And then for C, this guy, you see that this is the 4 that we did just now, even though it's slightly bigger here because this is freehand. So 4, and then this guy stops at the edge of A. So we extend all the way to A and then go upwards and finish off the view like that. So let's see if we did this right. Yay, we got it, even though it's ugly, but we did it. Okay, so since you are doing this using a protractor and a ruler, I'm expecting a better diagram drawn. Okay, so that was activity 2. Now let's do activity 3, the final one, I think, and then you would have assignments, right? I'm gonna rename this assignment. This is not going to be 3, this is going to be 5, and this is going to be 5 as well. Oh, we have 4 activities actually, so let's go on to the next activity, activity 3. At this point, I think you have an idea how to do this. Okay, so you are given this view D, C, and F from here, and you are given C and E from here. So you are given, assuming that your eyes are here, this is the left view, the right view, and this is going to be the top view, which you need to draw. And this is common, you're not always going to get top. Sometimes you won't get left, sometimes you won't get right. So it's completely random, but you have to complete one of it. Okay, so here let's figure out the dimensions first so you can draw them on the graph paper. So if this is 40 and this is 40, this is 16, which means that this should be 24. Yeah, 24. And this is also 20. This is also 16 inside. If this is 55 and this is 36, what would this be? I don't know. At this point, I'm kind of lazy to calculate. Okay, 55 minus 36. I think it's 19. 40. Yeah, I think it's 19. Let me use my calculator. $55 minus 36. You should have done this from the start. Use my calculator. So 19, 36, and this is 36 minus 13. Right? This is going to be 23. So I think you have all the dimensions for this side. Let's figure out this guy. We already figured out this is 24. So this is 24. And this one we figured out. This is 16. So this is basically a square, 40 by 40. And this is 55 by 40. Now plan your drawing on your graph properly before you start. Make sure you know what scale you are working with. Make the assumption before you start. And then write down the scale. Do not forget, because that is going to that is part of drawing. If you don't have the scale, your communication of your drawing is not going to be complete. Okay, so now we draw the construction lines freehand. I mean, you should use a ruler or a protractor. I don't have that here. Okay, so that is my freehand drawing. And then we have this guy. It's align to the meter line, and then going up meter line. So this meter line is intersected by these two, and this, okay, this meter line. So what else am I missing? I have this like that meter line, so that is going to give me something like that. What else am I missing? This one is aligned. Okay, I am missing this. Okay, so let's try to draw now. So A doesn't seem to be aligned with D, right? And then we have B. Okay, so A starts from the bottom aligned with D, but it goes all the way and follows C. So C ends here. Even though you can't see C. Okay, so I think I figured it out. So we start like this, and then this, and then this is where we would want to make our diagonal. Goes all the way to C, like that. Okay, so this is going to be A, hopefully. And then we have to draw B. So B is going to be starting here, and it's going to follow this line because it's already there, so we don't have to figure out much about that. And then we see that E is actually a straight line. Okay, so we will follow B like that. Oh, okay, so it's okay. So B will go like that. So follow that line, and like that. That is going to be B. Let's see if we manage to draw this correctly. So here, it seems like it's there to confuse us, but this is supposed to be a straight line, or like 90 degrees. But it's tilted slightly in a way that it confuses us, or at least it confused me. But when you think about it, the edge of D is just this much, and it's just a rectangle. So it means that this is definitely just a straight line. But here you have that the triangle, or the slanted part. Not slanted, how do I say this? The diagonal. Okay, so let's see if this is correct. Yep, we got it correct. So again, I hope this exercise is giving you time to think on how to map out the details. First construction line, and then meter line, and then you would map out the details. When you're mapping out the details, make sure they are consistent from one view to the next. Let's move on to the last activity. So let's figure out the dimensions first. So 42, 16, and 11. Okay, so 42 minus 16 minus 11, that would give me a 15 over here. And then this is 42, this is 21, and this is 10. So this will give me 42 minus 10 minus 21 that is going to be 11. So what else are we missing? We we can figure out what this is. We know that this is 57. 57 minus 28. That is going to give us 29. And this is 29 as well. And this is 42. This is 29. This is going to be 13. And then this guy here, 42 minus 20 minus 15, that is going to be 7. So you would draw 7 plus 15, you would draw this point and connect them. Okay. What else are we missing? 11, 15. This is 15. Okay. So I think we can start with our construction lines, and then we map out the details for. We are currently missing the left side view. We have this view and we have this view. Let's call this A, B, and C. A, B, C. And then this is D, and this is E. So we are actually, our eyes are here, or like here. Sorry, ruling pula. So our eyes are here. This is the top view. This is the front view. Top and side view. Excuse me. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and H. So what we need to draw is E, H, and G. Let's construct E, H, and G. That was bad. Let me do this again. E, H, G, I. Forgot this guy. H, I, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Yeah. Oh, this guy. H, I. A, B, C, D, E. Okay. This guy front. F, G. This should be H. And then this should be I. G, H, I, J, H, I, this should be J. Am I missing anything else? Yeah, I'm not. Okay, so that is J. So from this side, we need to draw E, I, and G as well, and then J. Oh, it's not a J, it's a 7. J. Okay, so I want to cheat a bit because it's kind of hard to draw. Okay. So let's just assume I'm using a ruler just like you. Nothing wrong with that. Oopsie. Backwards. Okay. Okay. So let me do this one really quickly, and then I can get rid of the drawing. It should be there. And this one is already done. Okay. Okay, seems okay. And then this one is here. And edge of this guy right here. It is going to be there. So we need to shift this a bit, like so. Okay. Alright. So we have our lines from this top view. We need to do our lines for this. Okay, we have that. Okay, and then this. I need to make this edge as well. Okay, I think I covered everything. So let's start mapping out the detail. Okay, let me draw using the black pen. So let's do I first. We're trying to do this one. So I is going to start from the bottom, ends at G. Oh, before that, this is going to be A, B, C. This is D, and this is E. Okay, can't really see when it's the same color as the dimension. And this is, the side is, this is B, and this is F. Okay, this is B, F, and G, and this is H. Okay. Next is drawing I. So I is connected to G and ends at B. Ends at B. So B is here. So here, that's where B is. B starts here. That is where it starts. So that is where I should be as well. And the top part, this guy, is aligned to F. So here is where we stop. So going down, and that, and there, like that. Okay, so let's recap. So I know that, okay, I think I overextended this. So I should be here, should be aligned with E, like that, right? You can see that it aligns with E. So I made a mistake there. Why did I make that mistake? This is down here, where D starts. I'm not sure why I tried to align it with C. That's wrong. So I is aligned with D, this edge, and this side is C, or the end of B. So this side. So this is where it ends. This is correct. But it starts from here. This is where it should be. So that dot is wrong. So again, let's try this again. Okay. So it should be aligned with F. Should be aligned with F. Okay. And then I have this. So that's not good. Let's try to make it as close to the construction line as possible. So that is my I. Okay. And then my G would be ending at C, starts at C. So this is where my G should be, and this is G height. So that's pretty easy. That is G. So we got two sides now, two surfaces. Okay, so E. So E has to be aligned with I. This side of I is at least like that. That is where E is, but it ends at A. No, it doesn't end at A. So it's much shorter than A. So we can't follow A. So we follow this, but where does it end? since this is the boundary and E is at the same, how do I say this? It's at the same level F of B. So this is where E should be. Remember, what we're viewing E from here is the perpendicular side. The perpendicular, we're not in parallel with E, and therefore what we can see is a shorter version of E surface. Okay, so IE, and then finally we need to complete J. So J ends at this side, and this is where we have that thing going on. So we have that. Excuse me. And then the slanted side extends all the way to A. So A stops here. It is the same level as E. So that is where it should be. Like that. So that is our J. Are we viewing this correctly? We have I, E, J, and G. We don't see D from this side. We don't see F. We don't see H. Sorry, we don't see F. We don't see B and C and A. So this should be what we view, what the surfaces that we see from this side. Okay, let's see. Did we get that correctly? I think I made a mistake again, where my E is incorrect again. Let's see. So E should be starting from F. So that should be correct. And E should be C. Where's the C? I am wondering where they got this. This edge is, where does this edge come from? This is from this side. This is E. Oh, so I am incorrect. This is the edge. We are viewing from here. This is the edge that I missed. So this edge is where E starts. So I put there. So how did we do this mistake? What was that? I was aligning F with E, but F is not in line with this guy. So I used a different edge to map out E, which is incorrect. So always double check your work. So E should have started here. Okay, so that is your E and that is your I. So again, why was that a mistake? Because we did not account for this edge. This edge holds information for E, E's starting point. Okay, so that is it for today's activity. Please do them on graph paper as a practice, and then you can start working on the assignments. Again, try to figure out the dimensions first. For the top view, the right side and the left side, make your assumption. Is it in centimeter? Is it in meters? And then figure out your scale, and then draw on your graph paper. Okay, so that is it for today. Thank you everyone. Take care.